name's Jubilee and I'm from Temecula. I actually found Tony on Meetup and attended one of his workshops for core healing and evidential mediumship. Well, I saw that it was a spiritual and psychic development class. I was curious to see what the class offered and what it was about. I really didn't have any expectations. I just kind of showed up. So I've been doing a lot of research in metaphysics, and I've gone to workshops and done classes, and I just felt like it wasn't authentic. There wasn't any really spiritual connection. When I went to Tony's class, I kind of went there, not to say I'm a pessimist, because I really am not a pessimist at all, but I always kind of make sure that my, my judgment's clear. So when I went to class, I wanted to see kind of what it was about, see if he's the real deal. Immediately, I felt a connection with Tony. I was able to, first thing we did was we walked through the meditation, and I had immediate response. We walked through a healing meditation, and I started to just cry out of nowhere, tears pouring down my face, and it kind of blew me away because I'm not really big about crying. So that was like my first indication, like, hey, maybe something's here. Then we continued the class, and I started to feel that there was a lot of validity in what he was saying spiritually. I started to kind of have some metaphysical experiences. Like I've never seen really people's auras around them. I noticed in class that Tony's aura started to go around his head. I saw like this golden light, and I found it really fascinating because I'd never seen that in class before, or any of the classes that I had taken. So it was really intriguing for me. After that drew me in, and I continued to take the classes. I started looking forward to it every Wednesday. I think it was my second or third Wednesday that I went, I actually had a healing done. I went home and did some homework, came back, and I was ready to do a healing, and it was very instantaneous. It was unexpected. We knew that we had to do the homework, but you're ready for the healing when you're ready for the healing. It just happened to be that class. I did the healing, and he was able to pull a root and core issue out of me that happened to me when I was about 3 years old, and I hadn't even thought about it until that class, and it was like the memory just came rushing back inside of me, and I felt like I was there again, and I was experiencing it all over. And it was something that was very painful. It had to do with my brother and my grandfather. But Tony was able to facilitate me releasing that memory and that pain that I had gone through. After the healing, I felt completely different. The next day I actually was really tired and a little lethargic, but as time went on, I felt very light, and I have always suffered from anxiety, so emotionally speaking, it's always been like this heavy feeling, this blanket on me of emotions, and after my healing, it was like it all was released. And I was just so blown away that that instant moment could take all these years of pain and suffering away.
Sounds amazing.
My favorite is Tony does these things called attunements. And when he was explaining it to us in the class, I didn't really think much of it, but when we actually did the attunement, it was like, the only way I can explain it was a very spiritual, miraculous experience. We started the attunement, we all got together, he started to walk us through the process, and immediately we could see the energy, and I could see his spirit guides. I could see so many things were happening. I felt like I was on drugs or something. It was very euphoric. After that attunement, he told us that we would have lucid dreams, and sure enough, I went home, I had crazy lucid dreams. After that attunement, my ability, it was like my third eye was kind of like blown open. I just started to connect with spirit randomly, going places, going back to class. I just started giving readings to people. It was like this clarity had come through. Amazing, absolutely amazing. He is very gifted in his practice. I truly believe that Tony was chosen to do what he does. I think that he is anointed. He is very clear, and he has a very spiritual connection with each of us where he can kind of tap into whatever we're going through or whatever we need to work on, and he's able to like facilitate that spiritual growth very clearly. My favorite thing about Tony is there's so many things that I love about him. My favorite thing is that he really can see the core issue in you. He's able to pick it up immediately, and I think that that is a true gift because, like I said, when I've gone through my entire life with this burden, and in 30 seconds he's able to pull it out of me and identify it. That's, to me, that's like a true blessing. I would say just take the leap of faith and just come see for yourself, because I truly believe that if you come and experience what I've experienced, you won't be able to leave. You're just gonna want more because you feel different, you see things more clearly, you definitely become psychic. I know exactly where my life is going now. Before the class, I felt a little apprehensive, and I was still kind of teeter-tottering on this whole spiritual journey and maybe this self-discovery, but now I know exactly what I want to do, and I know what I was meant to do in this life.